I take the losses so hard. I mean, it crushes me. I always feel like I did something wrong. I did something wrong. I still, to this day, have huge guilt about those 2 fucking rain delays that Fed made some changes in that match that, that maybe I didn't equate for it, because that's how much I care. I really care that much. And it guts me. And I think as you get older, you forget the wins. And for some reason, I wish I could change myself, but I remember the losses. I'll still never forget. How about this one? Do you remember this one in Basel? I don't know why we went to Basel, Fed's hometown. You're getting ready to go play a match. They call the match. And for some reason, you put on your shoes and you have 2 left shoes.
I thought it was I only had running shoes, but maybe I'm just yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's
I had to go and play like the first 3 games in running shoes, I think. I don't think it was 2 left shoes. I think it was like I had these like spongy, like the shoes you're wearing right now. I'm like, dude. And it was like, who ran back to the hotel? Was it a sprint?
I had to get back to the hotel, and literally we hit a biker almost on the way back and got back and literally gave you the shoes in the middle of the match and you play. Yeah.
I think you said something along the lines of, "Oh fuck, don't run much. Try to hold serve."
Yeah.
Don't sprain an ankle. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. Take every bit of clock in between points. Get a time violation.
Little things that you just think about, that never go away. And I actually think that like the little things in coaching, sometimes, those are great memories.
Yeah.
And each player that you coach, you got to remember that they are wired differently, and you can't wire them to a certain way. Like one of the things that made you great, if you said red, then it's black. If you say she's hot, she's not. You kind of like the fuel of the fire, Metallica song. That's what made you a good argument, raised you to play better. Some people like Andy, deep discussion, and I found that all players, want to be great, but they're just different on how they process what's best for them.
Yeah. I have to thank you for your time today. I know our listeners are going to absolutely love this. Another thing that people know you as the coach, the player, the guy wearing the questionable hats on the sidelines.
Questionable hats.
By the way, bullshit. Like you make me give up a visor, right? And then you've created this whole story about like grease on shoulder, whatever. Like, and then you go wear the fucking hats you wear now, and you're making fun of my visor. That is hypocrisy like I've never heard. I was fine with the criticism of the visor before you started wearing all those stupid fucking hats.
I got the bucket hats. I got the Panama hats.
The Panama hat is like, bro, come on,
man. When you're bald.
Don't tell me I'm being bald. I'm fucking bald. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I burn easy. So you need shade.
It's a terrible look.
And you know what? And then you know what's a bad move for a coach?
Wearing a Panama hat?
No, you got to have a coach. You got to have a hat. You got to have shades. You got to look cool. It's very important to look cool. If you look cool, you coach better. Yeah. And you got to have a hip look. So we got you from the visor to the trucker hat. Then you had better physical appearance.
Well, that's fine. I listen. I'm owning my shit. I'm just telling you. You got to own some of your choices. One of the things that people don't see before we got sidetracked about your dumb Panama hats. One of the things that people don't see, and I want to give you credit for, whether it was Zach when we were young and he was a teenager, your girls Zoe and Jules and Kim. Your kids have turned out 10 out of 10. Like you have done an amazing job as a father. It's just, I was texting with Jules.
Let me stop you there. Kim Gilbert gets all the credit.
Oh, I understand that fully, but you were still present. Like I get who's doing the heavy lifting. I understand. I couldn't say enough nice things about Kim, but
thank God they got her good-looking genes. Hopefully, like the same for your kids, are going to get a little more of your missus' genes.
I hope so too. That was the plan. You can't beat good planning. Something else that I have regret about, and I don't know that I've spoken about it publicly. I regret my part in us not having more time together. I wish we would have. I think there was a lot of unfinished business. We've talked about it privately since, but I wish that we would have had more time, and I regret that. But I appreciate you. I think tennis is all you want is personalities. That's what you remember when we look back after all these years. And you've certainly been an outsized personality. And outsized personality is fun for a moment in time, but it doesn't have the staying power that you've had without quality behind it. And so congratulations on your career. I can't wait to see what
you know
happens
what I'm gonna
next
do?
with
I'm just gonna
Coco.
give you a hug. I'm gonna give you a hug through the screen because you know, and as much as the wins and the losses hurt, I felt like we 1,000% agree with you. We had more time,
Yeah.
and I never. There's been a bunch of Billy Martin Yankee situations, like with coaches that been back. Lendl's been married 5 times. I never went back to a player after I stopped. Wish I went back to you because I felt like we had unfinished business, especially in one way.
Maybe for the next life.